Okay, guys, two videos in a row here. I just uploaded part two of the Grogheads Let's Play Aurora C Sharp video series, and I didn't want to wait. I want to get in and address those topics we've been talking about for the last two videos. Primarily the exploration of the jump points and the beginning steps of colonizing worlds beyond the home system of Sol. I was playing around just for a few minutes to try to get the Empire into a better position to start doing that. I started getting pretty large populations on Luna, and the population on Mars is growing as well. As you can see, we have close to 20 million people on the moon and over 6 million people on Mars. So they're doing a lot of mining and generating a good amount of trade, wealth, and income for our empire at this point. Now, what I started seeing pop up was that demand for protection, particularly on the moon, and I kind of overlooked it for longer than I should have. So stability now is below 70%. You can see the political stability here. So they are demanding 12 in protection. This shows you what the population is demanding and what you're providing. So I need to create really quickly a military vessel that will we can build quickly and cheaply, and that will provide the PPV um, or the protection level that the population is demanding. So we want something very simple and very easy to produce. Basically, a ship with a gun and and an engine. Again, I'm not really planning on it being involved in any combat operations, so it doesn't need to be anything fancy. So we will need to design a military engine for it and a military weapon for it. So I have the create research project window up here. And the first thing we want to do is create an engine. And it's going to be ion drive technology. That's the state of the art for us right now. Um, I'm going to reduce engine power a little bit to 75%. It'll still be classified as a military engine for maintenance purposes, but we don't need all that power for a vessel that's essentially just going to be sitting in orbit. Fuel consumption, thermal reduction is normal. And as far as size goes, I'm thinking 18. Let's get to 175 EP. It's too much. 1850, still too much. You gotta tinker around. 1875. Let's go back to 1875. That gives us 175. Um, okay, it's a military engine. Let's go ahead and create that. Okay, and then we also need a weapon. I'll do a plasma carronade. I think that's the cheapest and easiest weapon to go ahead and develop. We can create that. What else do we want here? Okay, I think we also need beam fire control for that. So we'll do max range. Again, I haven't really been um, doing a lot of research into improving our capabilities here. So again, I'm not doing anything fancy, and um, this is just bare bones to get us a ship that can provide protection for our colonies, or I should say, perceived protection, because if some alien race was to get here, we'd be finished. So let me do that, and that should be all we need in order to create our first, um, very basic and simple military vessel. So we want to again start with a new ship class. We want it to be classified as an orbital defense monitor. Okay, it's given us the class Ark Royal. That's pretty cool. We don't need cargo. We don't need cargo shuttle bays. We have command and control. I could add damage control, but I'm not going to. Oh, I'm sorry. We actually need to research those projects that I just created. You see, there's so much to do in this game. It's so easy to forget. So I need to actually research that plasma weapon. I know I'm doing some energy weapon research now, but here's a guy, Orville. Let me put one research facility on that. Ooh, why is it doing that? Oh, that got there. Okay, so we're researching that plasma carronade, and then we also need the engine. So power and propulsion, and here's that military ion drive. I'll put one on that. Okay, and then we also need that beam fire control system. That's only 32 research points. We should get that almost immediately. Here's Carlo molds research. All right, so we're researching those three components. Okay, there's the fire control, and I'll just put that into the ion drive. Okay. Okay, there's the plasma weapon. And still working on that ion drive. We should have it in 14 days. Okay, and there it goes. No, no. All right. No, this is another research. I was researching electronic intelligence and analysis modules. So freed up two. I did want to start researching some better laser technology. So let me start doing that. Okay, there's the ion drive. Okay, now we have everything we need to finish this Ark Royal here. All right, so here's the carronade. Oh, you know what? There is one other thing I'm going to need for this: a reactor to generate power. You don't need that on the commercial vessels. So as I add these carronades, right here you can see I have three. You can see the PPV it's generating. So the population on Luna was demanding 12 protection, and here with only three carronades, it's also already generating more than that. So I'm going to just bump this up to 10. Okay, I'm going to don't need any of that. I'm gonna add 2 engines. We need to worry about deployment time here. I'm gonna do 12 months. Okay. Now, these are really important numbers right here. I believe this is annual failure rate, and I think IFR is I don't know, intermediate failure rate, or it's basically the chance a component on the ship has to fail in a interval of time, in a pulse of time, is how I understand it. So in order to get that down, we can add engineering space. You see the maintenance life right here has a direct impact on the failure rates. And the MSP is the number of maintenance supplies that the vessel is carrying, and vessel will use those supplies to make repairs while underway without having to go back to a colony or a space station. So let's keep adding a little more. No, I don't want that. Okay, I wanted to get under 1%. Now I do want to add maintenance storage. Okay, so this is good. I mean, this is probably overkill in terms of maintenance for a 12-month deployment time, but I'll leave it at this. Um, Again, I just need that. Well, let me add some more fuel storage. Okay, that should be good. I do need that reactor. So let me research that. This here. Where is it? Power plants. Okay. Stick with the gas. Cool. No boost. Power plant size. I could go with 3. Seems about. Seems about reasonable. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not really sure how all these numbers work. It seems to work out, and I've watched other people play, and kind of just in many instances I copy what I see without really understanding in depth the fundamentals. Kind of learn that as you go. So I'll try to explain things where I understand them, and when I'm not really sure, I certainly don't want to give any misinformation. So. And at this point, I just want to get this vessel up and running because, as you can see, political stability is really dropping fast. And I don't want this colony to crash. So I got to go back. Now I have to research that power plant. There it is. Okay. How fast can we get this? July 12th of this year. It's now March. Let me take this away. I just removed 2 research labs from particle beam research. I'm going to add them to the reactor. So now we're in May. All right, I can wait a month. Okay. There we go. Okay, there it is. We've got it now. All right, so back to the Ark Royal, and let me put that No, I got to I got to refresh the tech since we just have that. Power plant. Here we go. Okay. So, okay, I think everything still looks all right. Let me add one more of those. Okay. All right. It's going to take us 8 months to build this thing. I'm not thrilled about that. It's 6,663 tons. You know what? What if I remove one of the ion engines? It's still reasonably quick. It lowered our tonnage quite a bit. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so let's stick with this, and let me go to that miscellaneous tab. We want to stick with the UK class theme. We want the UNS prefix, and there we go. Okay, so now we got to get out to the shipyard. We need to retool. There's the Ark Royal. Set activity. All right, it's going to take, because it's a oh, you know what? You know what? No, I'm going to cancel that because this shipyard is already tooled to build the geological survey vessel. So I want to cancel that, and I'm just going to use this shipyard to build the Ark Royal because it can do it right away. And time is of the essence right now. So Ark Royal, it's going to be the Iron Duke. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build 2 of those. And Edward the Seventh. Okay. These are going to be done in less than a year. And as soon as they're done, you'll automatically see that political stability start to recover. I'm also going to tell the civilians to stop bringing colonists there. So I'm putting it to stable. It's not a destination or a source. And I believe my own colony ship, what is he doing? Yeah, he's unloading colonists on the moon. I want to stop that. So remove all, go to Earth, refuel, resupply, and then just stay in orbit. Okay, you got to do more research. Got to keep researching things. Let me put some research into railguns. Do I even have anyone that does? There's one. Okay. Oh, gotta go to Earth. Railguns. Where's he? Melanie. Where is she? Okay. Man, that stability's getting low. I've never had one get this low. All right, we're about 2 months out. 2 months out from getting that ship. Bigger railguns. Okay, as soon as we get those ships and Luna starts recovering, I promise we're going to start searching for those jump points. Okay. Railgun launch velocity. Yeah, I'm kind of just picking random technologies and areas I think I'm going to want to explore. All right, here we go. Boom. ODM, UNS Invincible, and UNS Iron Duke have been produced. Commanders have been assigned automatically. They're now in orbit over Earth. And Earth is so close to Luna, they should already be providing the protective effect. And they are. So thank God. So we've got 120 ppv now, and you can see that wildly exceeds the protection requirement. So hopefully that will have us recovering some of that stability pretty quickly. So good. I'm going to leave them where they are, but what I want to do is again create. I want to create a new command. So we're going to do. Let's do orbital defense command. Okay, and then we've got in the shipyard fleet, Invincible, detach, Iron Duke, detach. Okay, and then we want to put them into the orbital defense command. Okay. And then, like always, we want to assign a commander for the Naval Admin Command, Orbital Defense, and so that needs to be a captain. So I think, obviously, opinions differ, but it would seem to me that the best skill set for someone involved in orbital defense would be either reaction or tactical, and I usually go with reaction so that they can react faster. Here's someone who's unassigned and has a good bonus. So, congratulations on your promotion, Captain. We know that you'll give great things to your empire. Okay, so let me run this for a little bit. I want to see that. Okay, now there's unrest due to overcrowding. That's really irritating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling people off of Mars or off of the moon, and I'm actually going to just bring them back to Earth. I want to get it down a little bit. So let me go here. I've got my colony ship, movement orders. We want to go to the moon, load colonists, go back to Earth, unload colonists, refuel and resupply, and then cycle. Okay, we've got research facilities. Let's go back here and do start improving our missiles. And missile design is a whole separate category all in and of itself. I've been watching some of the more in depth, um, you know, tutorials on military ship design and combat, and it gets really complex. It's quite daunting, but I'm gonna stick with it, and it's something I intend to learn. hopefully I'll be able to share some of that with you guys soon. But I think we have a long way to go before we get to that point where we have to worry about it. Hopefully. Um, okay. All right. So here you can see the population on Luna is already going down. And here you can see the stability is going up. So we're already above 30%. Thank God. That was scary. Um, I'm still gonna remove about 1 million. We've got a surplus in workers, so let me keep doing that for a little while. Um, let's do some more research. Reload rate. I'm out of specialists in that field, so let me hold off on that. Let me do fuel production. Actually, let me check on my wealth. Okay, so I am exceeding my expenditures. My income is exceeding my expenditures, which obviously is always good, but I'd like to get it a little higher. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and research this wealth generation. So, I'll put Jenny in that. All right. Run for a little bit. We're developing some more advanced sensors, which is good because I am going to put those onto um, my first vessels that are going to be researching or surveying those jump points and the new star systems. So let me just get into that at this point. We're almost at the 30-minute mark, and I want to be able to design those ships and get them up and running. Let me just check something. Let me check something really quick here. Okay, so we are going to do a gravitational survey vessel. Before we did geological survey vessel. Now we're doing a gravitational survey vessel. Okay, so new class, resolution. That's a good name. Okay, and we are going to put. Let's try with 3 geological survey sensors and 3 gravitational survey sensors. They do stack, so the more you have, the more survey points per hour they generate, so it can get us to do things quicker. Okay, with these ships, we want um, a lot of fuel because they're going to be going really far from our home system and our refueling supplies. So we want to put a good amount of fuel on there. Let's get the commercial ion drives. I'm going to put 2. All right. And I'm probably going, I can see the weight is going to be pretty high on this vessel because I'm going to need to put a jump drive on it. Those are heavy. And I want a sensor suite on here. So it's going to get up there. I want a 24-month deployment, which means I want a maintenance life that at least times 2. So let's stop there. Let's do that because as I add modules, that's going to go down. Okay. And let me do some engineering spaces. Okay, that's good for now. And let me put a power plant on there. I think you only need a power plant for weapons, I think. But maybe you need them for sensors too. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look into that. Um, okay, so I think that's all I need right now, but I need to research a few projects for things I'm going to be adding to that. So, all right. So what was the tonnage? Okay. So the tonnage right now is just under 8,000 tons. Okay. Now that's important because when we design our jump drive, we need to the size of the drive dictates the tonnage of the vessel. So, for instance, I wonder if I can put a commercial jump drive on this ship. I don't think I can because it's a military vessel for maintenance purposes. Let me give it a shot. Commercial jump drive. Okay, so here you see the max tonnage of the ship is 37,500 tons. So I don't need anything that big. So let's go down to 12. Still 22,500. That's more than enough. But at the same time, this jump engine weighs 6,000 tons. So my ship design is at 8,000. So right there, you're at 14,000 tons. So let's create that. And then I also wanted to design some sensors. I'll do grav sensors. Okay, so let's do that. And I want to do thermal sensors. Okay, let's go to a size 3. Uh, it's actually not that good. Maybe one a little bigger. 10. It's still not that great, but all right, let's do that. And EM detection sensors, we want those as well. Let's do 10 again. Create. Okay. All right, that should be it for now. Okay. And so then we have to go back to research. Close that down. And we need power and propulsion. We need that jump drive. So let's just do that really quick. Let me strip some research labs from other projects that aren't as essential. Okay.